Hey everybody, guess what's awesome? Today is awesome because I'm headed into a lake that I've never been to before, and I'm in the bush, and this lake is supposed to have some big pike in it. Now, a friend of mine told me that he was in here 4 years ago and he caught some really nice pike. Now, of course, really nice pike doesn't mean the same thing to everybody, but this guy's legit and I think he's right. So I'm going on into this lake, and it's a steep hill down into this lake. I'm going to drag this boat down in there, and then the challenge is going to be getting it back out. I don't know if I can get a four-wheeler down to it to drag it back out, but we'll see what happens. I've got a ruffed grouse right here making a bunch of noise, but it should be a fun day. So let's get this boat down this hill and see if we can catch some northern pike. Thanks for being with me today. Okay, well, it's the end of June, and I'm expecting the northerns to still be somewhat shallow, and so I'm going to start out by just casting into some of the weedy bays. I'll probably end up doing some trolling today as well, but first of all, I'm going to start with a couple of very basic presentations. Number one, the 3/4 ounce spinnerbait, and number two, when it's not quite as weedy, this is fairly weed proof, but this is a baby bulger, double bladed bucktail, 1.5 ounces, and I'm using a pretty stout rod on it. It's the same rod that I use for muskies, for small muskies in these remote lakes. So let's just fish for a while and see what happens, and hopefully we can shake a couple nice northerners loose here. That was not what I was hoping for. Well, I pulled into this bay here just to get out of this wind for a little bit. It really came up. It is really screaming out there, and it's big whitecaps are rolling to the point on the east end of this lake that it's basically getting to the point it's dangerous in this little boat. Well, that's a really good area down there. Caught quite a few fish in there, nothing big, but there's a tamarack swamp on the shore and boggy area, and then it's just a huge weed flat. I don't know how many acres and acres of just weeds. So there's a lot of small pike in there. Haven't really found the big ones yet. I caught about 3 of them over 25 inches, which are nice. I mean, they're definitely bigger than the average hammer handle. You know, it's really difficult to hold the boat. You just move way too fast. You know, if you pull into a weed flat and start casting, you get 2 casts and you've moved 30 yards, you know. So this wind is making it really tough. But anyway, they're definitely a pretty nice batch of northerns in this lake, a variety of sizes, and I'd like to think there's some 30+ inches in here. If I can find one, it'd be really cool for this video. But anyway, we'll make a decision on what to do here after I eat a sandwich, and we'll go from there. I got back up in the northwest corner of this lake here where I can get out of this wind a little bit. Pretty much a struggle here today, but I did catch some nice fish. Caught a few trolling as well, and I didn't quite break the 30-inch mark, which I really had hoped that I would, but considering the conditions, I can't complain. It's just been a beautiful day in here. It's just a gorgeous lake back in here, and it's nice to have it all to myself as usual, but just wasn't meant to be as far as catching some bigger fish. I'll bet there's some bigger fish in here. It's just that the places where I think they probably are just about impossible to fish in this wind. But so anyway, it was a good day in here, and I'm happy with it, and I just enjoyed exploring a new lake. Even, you know, you don't always catch a ton of fish in these, but so the next question is, am I going to be able to get my boat out of here? That's a really steep hill, and I'm going to have to try to see if I can get my four-wheeler back in here and try to drag it out. So we'll take it from there. Next time you see me, we'll be on land. Well, that log was really in the way, and I just couldn't quite get under it. I ended up bending my handlebar a little bit, and I had to winch my way through it. And fortunately, I got out of there. I mean, I really didn't think I was going to get through that, but I managed to get through it, and got the boat up on top of the hill there. And so I just came back to pick up this rope that I used with the winch. So fortunately I had all the right stuff except the chainsaw. I usually have a chainsaw, but this time I didn't, and that would have made things a lot simpler. But I got the boat out of here, so it was a fun day, very beautiful place, and I enjoyed the trip back in here. Thanks for coming along on this, and please hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get a notifications. I got more trips coming. Got some good muskie fishing coming up, and some walleye spots, and lots of fun stuff coming up as this progresses throughout the summer. So thanks for being along. I really do genuinely appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.